Hey, what's up guys, MaximusBlack here, bringing you a Quest of Masters. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, I have officially been put into Diamond. Now, I know a lot of you guys were like, what the hell, you know, what happened to all those games in between? I will be putting up some good games that I saved, where I won and where I lost, so you'll be seeing some of those. And this is me actually in Diamond, starting to work my way up into Masters. So I guess I'll get right into this. Let me introduce those players. We have myself starting down here in the bottom left position, and up top here we have Raw Power. And he asked me what league I was in, and I said just got into Diamond today. And he's like, nice. And this is probably his move up game. So you know, he's gonna have to, like I say in here, he's going to have to work for it. Well, then good luck, BEO, bro. There, yeah. So really not a whole lot to talk about. One thing that I will say is this solo channel finally got a YouTube partnership. You're going to be seeing a big change on the look. I have a background and a banner being made. Also, you're going to have a lot more StarCraft content. And of course, Dead Space 2 just started up, so make sure that you check that playthrough out. It was a lot of fun. And it's quite entertaining, so make sure you go check that out. If you haven't already, watch the first Dead Space playthrough that I have on the channel, and then go to Dead Space 2, because a lot of the jokes are transferred over. You might not get them if you don't watch the first one. But anyways, into the game of StarCraft. This is going to be a PvP here. And on my way to Masters, I was doing a lot of four-gating. I was doing a lot of DT rushing, and a couple of 3-gate robos, and I also started doing a Forge Fast expansion because Zerg is absolutely owning me in Diamond right now. I am struggling against Zerg, and I will put up a couple of those games to show my flaws and maybe get some improvement from some of you higher level players, or even some of you lower level players that may see a few little mistakes that I'm making. But here we are. A gateway is now finished for Raw Power, and Cybernetics Core going down as well. And what I did is I went ahead and got my gateway at 10, and then I chronoed out 2 probes, and then as soon as my gateway was finished, I got my Cybernetics Core. So as you can see, my Cybernetics Core is quite a bit ahead of my opponent. Now, there's a good and a bad thing to that. The good is I can get out my warp faster. The bad is he obviously has more probes than what I do. 17 to 20 right now. He has 3 more probes. I get my gas at 12. I go ahead and get gas until I get my 50. Now, as you can see, I got 50, and then I basically stop mining gas altogether. Now, what this does, it allows me, those probes that I was down, it allows me to go ahead and get some more minerals so that I can do my 4-gate. This is kind of a Korean 4-gate. I do it a little bit differently because I don't like to commit fully, and I know that's a little bit of a problem, but sometimes I get worried about an enemy that goes ahead and gets heavy stalkers, and it can become a problem if you're rushing in with a lot of zealots. So what I usually do, and I don't know if I do it this game or not, I usually go ahead and get a bunch of zealots first. I keep chronoing my warp gate. As you can see, my warp is a little bit ahead of Raw Powers. Not a whole lot, but it's a little bit, and sometimes I can give you the extra advantage. But right now, he's doing a really good job, actually. He's doing a better job than what I expected him to be. But I am a little bit ahead of him in the warp department. So, as you can see, I'm bringing up my couple of units. And what I usually do now is I put 3 more probes back on my gas. So that way, if I have to transition in to get a few stalkers, because if my enemy goes heavy stalkers, he can just kite my zealots, no problem. So if I can have a couple of stalkers in behind, it makes it so that he can't really kite them without him taking damage. But here we go, the action is now starting. He put a force field down on his ramp, which is going to help him quite a bit. I'm making sure that I'm not supply blocked. I'm 29 out of 42, which will give me enough time to get out some more units. I could have done a little better job there and kept that stalker alive. That was a really bad micro on my half, and here we go. I'm gonna come in with some more units. He's going heavy stalkers, just like what I was worried about. This is not good for me, not good whatsoever. As you can see, he is taking out these stalkers. I'm doing a horrible thing right here and attacking these pylons when I should be giving my stalkers some backup, or at least backing up these stalkers. My micro right now is slipping big time, and he's doing a good job at just continuously building units. He knows that I'm now getting a little bit more heavier in the Stalker Zealot department, so he's getting a few more Zealots to do some more damage on the ground to make sure that I don't overpower him. But right now, I'm just kind of not giving up here, and I should probably cut my losses and back up. He is chronoing his warp gates as well, which is helping him out quite a bit, getting that extra bit of units out. As you can see as well, he's got 26 probes to my 20. I'm doing a piss poor job at continuously building probes. Now, I know you don't want to continuously build probes when you're doing this Korean 4-gate or whatever you want to call it is, whatever I'm doing, but at this point, I should be building more probes. I am far behind. Let's go back down to my base for a second. And yeah, not a whole lot happening. I'm now building probes. I'm getting my second assimilator up, and this is what I do. This is where I always panic. And whenever my 4-gate doesn't work, and I can honestly say that I win 90% of my PvP games with that technique or that build order, I usually do win. But this guy here, he did a very, very good job at microing and keeping up his probe production, and most importantly, he was using his chrono on those gateways to get out those units a little bit faster than me. And as you can see, I was kind of shit in the bed when it comes to using chronos. But you know, I'm kind of happy that I'm watching this game because I can really see the mistakes that I was making. So at this point, I get my Twilight Council down, and you guys are probably like, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to get Blank? Are you going to get Charge Lots? Or are you going to get DT? Now, what I do is I always transition into Dark Templar. The reason why is because when your opponent is going a 4-gate, 4 gates means no Robo. And he's only on one base. So I know he doesn't have a Robo. I know he doesn't have a Forge because I was in his base. Although, at a moment like this, there's a small chance that he could get a Forge and start upgrading. But that is just the risk and chance that I'm going to have to take. I really don't have much of a choice right now. My back is against the wall. Look at his unit composition. He has got 7 Stalkers, a Sentry, and 7 Zealots. And I've only got a measly 4 Zealots, 1 Stalker, and 1 Sentry. That is not good for me. He is 66 out of 66. I'm 42 out of 42 supply. I really am only building Zealots right now because I need to save my gas for my DT. My Shrine is now going, and that takes a hell of a long time. So what I'm doing is I need to get out Sentries and make sure that not a single Zealot gets up here, because as soon as he has vision, that's it for me. These Stalkers can come down here, start shooting my Zealots from up top. I had to warp in another Sentry, and this is also making me very nervous because that gas that I so badly need for my DT, I'm now forced to spend it on Sentries. And I have to keep doing that until I have enough Sentries so that I can do one, and then by the time that's finished, another Sentry will have its power. And as you can see, this Sentry now has enough to do another force field, which means I won't have to waste another 100 gas on some more force fields. So basically, right now, I don't know if that is from this or not, but man, I don't know why I keep forgetting to put myself on busy. I'm getting up some cannons right now because I'm being very defensive. I want to scare him. I don't think that these cannons are going to work. I'm not stupid, but it's a defense mechanism that I use to create the illusion that, hey, I am too strong for you. Don't you dare come up this ramp. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. My Dark Shrine just finished, and as you can see, I just warped in some Dark Temp down here on the ledge, and I'm now attacking. He is breaking through my wall. That's what I was talking about. He got a couple of Zealots up, and now I'm screwed because all these Stalkers have the high ground, and he can basically attack everything that I have. I'm now coming up to his base with these DTs, and he doesn't have a Robo or a Forge. This is going to leave him wide open, but this is basically a base trade at this point. So, I'm hiding this probe up here. This probe is hiding. He's like, I need to get out of this base so badly right now that it's scary, and these Stalkers might actually see it. Oh, no, never mind. All these are going. These probes are making a run for it. I'm in the base right now, destroyed basically all of his probes. I think there's a few of them down here. Yes, there is. I destroyed a lot of his probes, and I'm basically in here taking out his Nexus. I'm running with all my probes right now. The reason why I wasn't building any units or anything like that is because I want to save up my minerals so that I can get an expansion and basically win this game with DTs. I do have one lone DT in here doing all kinds of insane amount of damage, and there's nothing he can do about it right now. He is just basically taking it, and he's sour about life. His Nexus is now gone. He only has 65 minerals. He's hurting extremely badly. He has a forge up. He's putting down a couple of cannons down here. Very, very smart move on his behalf, but at the same time, my DT in here is doing damage. And I don't know how he's going to get out of this. I am now getting a couple of expansions, both up here and over here, APM right now, hovering at around 73 to 80 on average. Not a whole lot happening right now in the game besides this DT harassment. And I got a couple of probes up here trying to do a little bit of damage. And he's finally backing off. I think he might have just realized that I was hurting him extremely badly. But I do not want to engage in these cannons right now. I need this DT. This DT is absolutely huge. Watch it. No, 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 no. And that DT does go down. That is going to hurt me very, very, very badly. And that just gives him the green light to come back into this base and finish it off. But I still do have two DTs in here. And at this point, he's screwed. I mean, he has to. I have 2 base. If he comes up to try to attack these, I have 2 DT. He's not going to be able to survive this. Sure, he can stay here and protect this all he wants, but I can now be building units and get gateways and gets units. So at this point, I have the game in the bag. I'm just over here destroying some things, and I'm just going to speed this process up a little bit because basically just me tearing apart this entire base. And he is sour about that. So, moral of the story is, and I'm sitting here laughing, LOL. Oh no! I'm making an Archon. That right there, folks, was an epic misclick. OMG, I was on the live streams right now, and I was like, no, 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 cancel, cancel, cancel. I accidentally pressed the merge hotkey. Yeah, folks, I started using hotkeys, and Raw Power is saying, let me win, please. And I'm like, LOL, right now, I gotta play it off like I just did not make that mistake. Just leave, dude. I have DT, and right now, I am shitting my pants. I need enough time to saturate these, and I have 2 base. I'm basically just, I'm not bluffing. Well, I am bluffing. I actually do have 2 base. He's like, I got cannon. And I was like, I have 2 base, LOL. So right now, I'm kind of pretending like if you leave your cannon, you're dead. Wow, Khan and Yanan, you're dead, LOL. So I'm basically just playing it off like, dude, you can't touch me at this point. He's coming up here with 3 stalkers. He is going to be able to take this out pretty easily. I'm now going to try to build a choke up here, but oh my god, what an epic misclick. I absolutely have no DTs left. And that is a lot of units. Right now, the only reason why he's sitting there is because he still believes that I have DT. He is going after this Nexus. I was trying to get as many minerals as possible. I probably could have just kept collecting minerals there until the last second. Probably wasn't the smartest thing for me to leave. I need to get as many minerals as possible, or I could at least ran them around and tried to bring them over here to saturate this one Archon with 38 kills combined between those 2 DTs. Merging into this epic Archon, doing all kinds of damage, and there we go. I'm trying to run these guys out, but it's just too late. These stalkers are going to be able to do a lot of damage, picking off my probes one by one. He is still protecting these cannons with all my might, and I say, well, here comes my DT. What are you going to do about it? And he's basically waiting. And waiting. No DTs. Now he's going to come up here and follow these probes. He knows that I have this Nexus. I have 330 minerals. I got a couple of cannons up, and unfortunately, just when I was going to go down there, I blocked myself out, so my Archon cannot get out in time. Basically, this one Archon is going to have to go in here and try to do as much damage as possible. I'm bringing off all my probes. Can I kill him off? This Archon may or may not go down. It's going to be close to these pylons, and this Archon is doing all kinds of damage, and oh, it goes down. I managed to take out a bunch of stalkers, though, and he's like, wait a second. I don't see any DTs. This is my time to attack. And he comes up here. I run up here. I build another Nexus. And right now, I am absolutely shitting my panties right now. Oh, where is my purse? I am hating it. Why, oh, why did I do that epic misclick? That game could have been mine. Those 2 DTs would have been able to pick up all of these units, no problem. I would have had enough to be able to build a base and just take out these measly 3 buildings. And it would have been it. those pylons or those cannons are going to go down, sorry, very, very quickly. And that's going to be GG, folks. I cannot believe I did that epic misclick. And that is all she wrote. And I think I say something here towards the end. GG, I made the misclick and made an Archon. Hahaha. LOL. Hope you're in Diamond. GG, and I leave the game. Ladies and gentlemen, a failed 4-gate, a weird Korean slash, I guess I'd call it the MaximusBlack 4-gate. It was a fail, a raw power, did some very good micro, some very, very good use of Chrono. If you guys learned anything, Chrono can really, really save the day when you have some serious aggression from a Protoss player or any other type of race. Win your Protoss. And also, I had that game, I had the right idea, I had a very, very good choke over here, using those sentries very well, got those cannons up there to plant some deceit into the eyes of Power to make him think he couldn't get up, and eventually he broke through, but at that time it gave me enough time to get my DTs. I went up there, I did a great counterattack, I had the right idea. But what an epic misclick, ladies and gentlemen. This has been MaximusBlack on the very first quest to Masters. Not off to a great start. Not off to a great start. But there's a lot more coming. Thank you very much for tuning in. Subscribe. Like this video if you enjoyed my epic fail. And I'll see you guys pretty damn soon. Peace out.